Welcome to This Explainer. Let's just jump right in, because today we're unpacking a truly fascinating wealth building concept. We're looking at how saving what feels like an invisible amount of money, literally just $10 a day, can completely transform your financial baseline. And look, we aren't talking about aggressive, miserable budget slashing here. We're talking about the absolute compounding power of a single micro habit over 365 days. Because think about it. What if I told you that exactly 1 year from now, you could have $3,650 sitting safely in your bank account? You don't need a massive promotion at work to get there. It really just takes finding 10 extra bucks a day. It's just a slight intentional shift in your daily routine. And when we break the math down like this, it suddenly becomes incredibly manageable. $10 a day naturally accumulates to $70 a week. Within just 30 days, you've seamlessly stored away $300. Before you know it, by the end of the year, you hit that $3,650 finish line. And honestly, you probably didn't even feel a massive pinch in your wallet. But here's the thing. The real secret here isn't obsessing over every single penny or having a perfect spreadsheet. It's about consistency over perfection. You're actively wiring your brain to default to saving. The whole goal is daily repetition, making the active setting just a little bit aside so normal that it basically becomes second nature. Okay, let's move into our next section, the magic of $10. So how do we actually do this? You really don't need to pick up a grueling side hustle. You just need to plug the small leaks in your spending. We all have them, right? Skip that $6 gourmet latte and the $4 pastry, or cancel that app subscription you totally forgot you even had. Even better, proactively transfer $10 to your savings before you accidentally spend it on some random novelty item online. It's really all about hyper-intentional cash flow. And if you set up a dedicated savings account for this, the psychological momentum you get is just incredible. Day 1, sure, it feels like nothing. But by day 90, you're looking at $900. By the 6-month mark, you're staring at almost $2,000. Seeing that visual progress is the ultimate fuel. It's what carries you all the way to day 365. Next up, finding your $10. For this, I want to introduce you to a mental framework called the $10 rule. Next time you're tempted by a totally non-essential purchase, just pause and ask yourself, would I rather have this thing or be $10 closer to my goal? Think about it. If you skip a $15 impulse buy, you can transfer your required $10 to savings, and you actually keep an extra $5 in your checking account. It's a brilliant micro decision that yields huge macro results. Which brings us to our next section, automating the savings habit. Because let's be real, relying on pure willpower every single day is just a recipe for failure. You're going to get tired. To make this sustainable, you have to automate it. Set up a recurring $70 weekly transfer to that dedicated bucket. Just make sure your automated schedule actually aligns with your cash flow so you don't accidentally get hit with overdraft fees. The exact day of the week doesn't matter. What matters is completely removing the human element. Moving right along to growing your save wealth. Once you actually cross that finish line, it's absolutely crucial to give your cash a specific job. Maybe it's an emergency fund or wiping out a debt. But this brings up a really fascinating question. What if you transition your mindset from simply hoarding cash to actually becoming an investor? Like, what happens if you put that $3,650 to work in the markets? Well, while no market return is ever guaranteed and investments will always fluctuate, if you consistently invest that $300 a month, let's say at a hypothetical 7% return, you are going to end up with notably more than your baseline contributions. The takeaway here? Saving builds your solid foundation, but investing acts as the real engine for genuine long-term wealth growth. Next section, avoiding common savings mistakes. Now, before you start, we need to set up some guardrails. First, never sacrifice essential bills or lean on credit cards just to keep your savings streak alive. That completely defeats the purpose, right? Also, if you miss a day, please don't abandon ship. Just pick it back up tomorrow. Make sure the savings bucket isn't too easily accessible for a random weekend spending spree. And most importantly, attach a specific why to this money. Whether it's a down payment or getting out of debt, having that anchor is what keeps you on track. Okay, let's look at a smaller scale. The 30-day mini challenge. If looking at a full 365 days feels way too intimidating right now, just shrink the timeline. Try this. For the next 30 days, only focus on today's $10. That's it. Hit that $300 milestone at the end of the month, and then simply ask yourself, can I do this for another 30 days? Shifting your psychology away from the massive annual mountain and toward the daily micro action, that makes the entire process basically frictionless. Ultimately, the core takeaway from this explainer is that taking back financial control does not require a six-figure salary. It just requires a system. $10 today, repeated consistently, snowballs into profound financial leverage down the road. The real victory isn't even just the cash at the end. It's the rock-solid wealth-building muscle you develop along the way. So, as we wrap up this explainer, I'm going to leave you with a challenge. Don't wait for a new month to start. Don't even wait for a Monday. Move your first $10 into a dedicated goal right now today and challenge yourself to repeat it tomorrow. The blueprint is right here in front of you. So what's actually stopping you from finding your first $10 today?